Duel Review is brought to you by NexusDigitalComics.com. On today's Duel Review, it's Shadows of the Damned. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
Let's get to it. Today is Friday the 14th. Whew, missed it by a day. And we're going to be doing Shadows of the Damned video game.
That's right. Which came out it came out earlier this year, 2011. If you're watching it in some other year other than 2011, and it was developed by Grasshopper manufacturers, and published by EA. Basically, the story. I'm sorry.
I haven't heard of that company before.
Grasshopper manufacturers.
No, EA. No, yeah, it's Grasshopper.
EA. What's that? So yeah, it follows a demon hunter, Garcia Hotspur, and his ex-demon friend Johnson, which is an obvious play. There's a lot of, unsettling humor. Unsettling humor. It's
Mannish.
It's very crude. It can be.
Look,
but
flaming ball, shoot it with my Johnson.
Exactly. Shoot it with my Johnson. So they're traversing through hell because essentially what happened was Garcia's girlfriend Paula hung herself and then was taken. I guess she was still alive when she hung herself, and so the overlord demon of hell, Flemings. I don't know why he's called Flemings. It's just a name. Abducts her, and Garcia chases after her with Johnson. Johnson is the little skull thing that follows him around and can be torch or several types of weapons, plus a motorcycle that he uses. So suddenly it's kind of like,
Yeah, it's a multi-tool with
right.
his spirit, yeah.
Right.
And he provides a lot of the comedy.
Well, they both do.
Does for Portal.
Well, I think they both do, though, because there's always this back and forth between them. Garcia always pulls off some funny little one-liners. And
now, do you know if this is an English company? Because I think Fleming might be one of those entendres too, or
I don't.
I think that might mean something too.
It might, but
And the voice acting, a lot of them are, or at least the one is the Johnson guy, isn't he? British.
Oh yeah.
So it could be an English country. So we could be saying Fleming, not knowing what that means.
Yeah.
But it means something else. Wink.
Yeah.
So anyway,
but yeah, there's a lot of crude humor.
Steve Bloom, I think, is Garcia. Is he?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Bloom.
He's another great voice actor. Everything. He's a Spike, Cowboy Bebop. Anyway, continue, please.
So yeah, they're traversing through hell, and basically the gameplay is over the shoulder. It's kind of like Resident Evil 4. Only I understand that you have some issues with the clunky mechanics.
Yeah, just continue though. I'll get to that.
Okay. And it's a lot of darkness-based puzzle games. So if you're fighting something and the darkness kind of happens, then the things that you're fighting become immortal until you shoot a goat head, which lights up the room and gets rid of the darkness. Then you have to de-darknify the bad guy before you can kill him.
Yeah, it's kind of like armor, and you have to use your light shot.
Right. Yeah, the light shot. So it's a lot of that.
Now, I didn't play through the whole game. I'm assuming you have, or at least mostly. Does it open up, or is it always kind of the corridor room kind of thing?
Yeah, well, it does. It definitely opens up, especially during like boss battles. But there's also it's like a paper marionette type sub game that just kind of pops up here and there, and it's just a lot of fun. Plus,
I thought it was Michael Jackson at first. It's like a little Michael Jackson.
The little paper guy.
He's wearing purple, or Prince.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was Garcia.
It was Garcia. But yeah, and I think at some points he can fly or something, but maybe I'm making that up. Anyways, it was a lot of fun, in my opinion, because I did like the darkness-based puzzles. I did like, cramming brains into child lock heads. That were crying,
little
and then
baby heads. And
yeah, and
then
then
you want brains or eyes or strawberries.
Yeah, or strawberries. I don't understand the strawberries.
Yeah,
I think
they explain it.
Yeah, it's like blood or something.
I think it's worse than that, but anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's the demon's inside joke is the strawberries.
Is that strawberries are made out of something horrible?
Right. But yeah, so you can upgrade Johnson, so he can be He can be the pistol, he can be the machine gun, he can be the bazooka thing, and the torch. And I think there's another gun that I'm missing, but I'm unsure. But then can upgrade those. The pistol in particular can be upgraded to become the was it the really big boner or something like that? And basically,
Yeah, because the gun is called a boner.
right, right. Well, yeah, they're each called like teeth chatterer or something like that, and then the boomer or something. But the pistol becomes the big boomer, and it's crude. So he puts it down there, and it just elongates and becomes like this bazooka type thing that shoots down these huge kind of lumbering things, and it's just that game mechanic is fun because it takes you away from what you were doing, and it just kind of like breaks up the gameplay. But what I also liked was the backstories for the bosses, because each of them are like these fallen souls that become super demonized. Demonized? Is that a word?
Demonic?
Well, I mean, they become demonized. Demonized.
Okay.
Demonized. Not demonicized. Demonized. And and so they get the human form, then the beast form, and it's just interesting playing as those, plus hearing the backstories, all the while traversing hell, and it's either Mardi Gras feel or ghost town feel, or just the different settings that they go through. I enjoy it. I thought it was great.
I think some of the humor is funny and poignant. I never bond with the character at all.
Garcia, why not?
I don't talk crudely like that. I don't.
Well, neither do I.
I just not, well, more than me, but I just don't. I don't know. I just never bonded with the character. I never really cared about the character that much. But it was funny, and I would have played through it if not for the horrible mechanics. Like the shooting mechanics are freaking awful.
I disagree with
That's
that.
the damned in Shadows of the Damned. You're damned when you play. It's just it's so. I mean, like in the beginning, if you play on anything more than like normal, if you do hard or even normal, you get hordes of enemies, and you really need headshots to conserve your ammo. But it's so hard to get this stupid over-the-shoulder thing. It just doesn't work for me. It just feels so broken. It's so lumbering, and
Wait, is it
like I aim for the head, and then it moves just a tiny bit, and then I have to. So either I have to wait for it to hopefully come back, and it's just like I don't know. Makes me really appreciate like Call of Duty, where you have a snap to a little bit. Because look, if you're in real life, you can go down the aims, but if you're doing a little reticle with your thumbstick, it really helps to have just a little bit. It doesn't need to be a whole lot. Just a little bit.
They do make those joystick extenders so that the more your finger moves, the less the actual character.
Well, yeah,
moves.
and I'm sure you could calibrate it so it's a little different. But the beasts move a lot, which they should. I mean, I don't want a static. I don't want like just popping up so you can go
like whack-a-mole.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. But but it just didn't work for me. I just frustrated the crap out of me.
How did you like Resident Evil 4?
That was fine.
Well, it's pretty much the same thing over the shoulder.
No, it's not. Because I think they're moving more predictably or something like that, and I don't know, it just worked better. I was able to shoot them in the head or the leg or wherever I wanted to.
I was fine shooting them.
I couldn't get them in the I would just happily like shoot for the right shoulder, and usually they would duck their head down or whatever, but it wasn't very precise.
The hardest enemy that I had was the little wall crawler things that climb up to the goat and kind of spit the darkness on it, so that you have to shoot them off and then shoot the goat to make it bright before you die.
Yeah, it was just too clunky for me to feel like I was in control of it.
Well, I disagree. I enjoyed it. Plus, not to mention the fact that, like in the first Resident Evil, the very simple fact that the controls were so clunky also added to the suspense, the horror. Like I'm in trouble.
Yeah, but it wasn't clunky. Okay, Resident Evil is very different because it locks you in, like the camera.
Right.
The camera is free range, and so you can very easily, do one thing. Like, okay, you're running to go get your ammo, or you're running for a light barrel or whatever, and then you have to like turn around, and I've got that stupid button that I hardly ever use, but
I didn't even know it was there.
That flips you, 180 degrees immediately. But then you got to orient yourself, and then you got to shoot. With Resident Evil, you're already oriented all the time. You can run over here, and you're still oriented. So I just had some problems with that. It just made me not want to, continue the game.
Well, you really should just keep playing it, because.
How did you hear about the game?
Honestly, I was looking for a good horror survival game, and I came across either an article or something online about it, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. And, I didn't think much more of it. And then when I went to GameStop, I was like, I really just want a horror survival game. So I picked it up, and, I read it, and it wasn't anything like it wasn't serious like like Left 4 Dead is serious. So I was like, I guess I'll give this a shot, and I took it home and I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
I think it got on Game Informer. I think it got like a 9.25 out of 10.
Did it really?
Yeah,
I'm surprised because boy is it clunky to me.
I disagree.
Well, you don't play a lot of the first-person shooters. I'm just so used to things working better. I got Resistance and Killzone and nameless others. They just work. This one that just
Well, and forgive me for getting the two people's names, but the two people who created this game were our friends, and they kind of wanted to combine their genres. So one does the rock, and the other one does the horror, and that's kind of where the fusion came from.
That's cool.
So it's like the guy who did Silence of the Lambs. What is it? Something Hill?
Silent Hill?
Silent Hill. Thank you. I'm pretty sure that was the same guy.
Okay.
What the hell? I was like,
wow, I really like the Silent Hill games way better than this, but the humor is okay. I mean, it is a little bit dumb. Honestly.
Well, I think it's
like how many times can you refer to your own member and it still be funny? Apparently, a lot.
A lot. Just keep on calling it funny things. Big boner. That's funny. But yeah, so.
How long is it? Do you have any? I mean, is it like 8 hours, 10 hours?
Oh, it depends on how you play. Me, I don't even count.
It doesn't have like side quests or anything. It's pretty direct.
No, yeah, you're right. But I don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff because I'm the type of guy who will get something really excited about it, play it, put it down, move on to something else, then go back to it and play it, and then
like rediscover it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then finally beat it, and I'm like, oh, that's what I was waiting on.
All right. Well, there's that damn Shadows of the Dam.
I liked it.
I say rent it. He says maybe you should buy it.
I say rent it.
Okay.
I enjoy it. I'm glad I bought it, but I can understand that not everyone's going to feel the same way. So rent it. Check it out.
And prepare yourself for the double entendre.
Yeah.
and the blatant tundra.
The blatant tundra.
Whatever the term is.
Right.
All right, that's it. Grab your boner.
Grab your boner.
So stupid. Oh. All right.
Grab your boner.
Oh, look at that.
You sunk my battleship. It's Strategic.
Coming up next week, it's Batman. Hush. On today's Duel review, it's that damn video game. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
On today's Duel review, it's Shadows of the Damned. The video game. On today's Duel review, it's the video game Shadows of the Damned. I'm RJ.
And I'm Nick.
Let's get to it one more time. That was stupid. Do your best Krang impression right now.
Krang?
Yeah.
Now I gotta remember what Krang sounds like. I have a brain inside this fat android.
I don't. He has like a juicy like.
Yeah, he does.
That's my best apparently. Shadows of the Damned. Shadows of the Crab. Or I guess I'm the damned because I have to play the damned thing.
It was a good game.
Parts of it were good.
A lot of it was good. Did you get to the marionette scenes?
No, I don't play any more of that damn game. Damned Shadows. Today is October 14th. It's a Friday, and I get my new iPhone.
Do you really?
I do. And we're talking about Shadows of the Damned.
iPhone 4?
4S.
Ooh.
Well, we gotta start over again. That was too sincere. All right, today is Friday the 14th. Whew, we're safe. Missed the 13th by a day. And we're going to be doing the video game Shadows of the Damned.
Oh, right. We already did the I'm Nick and... Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm an idiot.